Welcome back to the Pesky Report, brought to you by Beyond the Monster. We got a very special episode for you guys today. We're excited to be here. It is the off season, and you know what that means. We don't have games to talk about. We got lots of off-season topics, but we decided to shift directions a little bit. We got a very special episode, special interview today. We have Jordan joining us. We got Hunter joining us. We got representation from our minor league show and our weekday show and our weekend show. And we have a very special guest as well, Mr. Payton Tolle. Payton, thank you for joining us today. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing great. If it looks like I'm sweating or if it looks like I'm scarfing down this Dr. Pepper, we're eating tacos tonight. My brother, I'm like, well, that looks good. What's that? And he goes, it's just pepper. It's not bad. How about you take one? So I took one, and it was unbelievably hot. And I cursed him out a little bit, and he was giggling the whole time. And I'm like, this was the mistake on my end for not knowing what it was, but it was super spicy. But we're doing great. So.
Is this an older brother by any chance? Because that
This
sounds
is a
like something
younger
an older
brother.
brother would do.
This is a younger brother trying to get his revenge, I think. So,
What kind of pepper was it? Did you ever find out?
hot. It was too skinny to be a jalapeno.
I think it's too hot to be a jalapeno, so probably looking like the habanero family, I'm guessing. But I'm not a pepper connoisseur myself, so maybe that's my next hobby.
Would you? The real question is, have you ever seen the show Hot Ones? And would you go on
Yes.
that?
Yeah, I would go on it. We've actually done the challenge last year in the off season. We did the challenge, and um, I don't know what kind of audience this is going out to right now, but I did that challenge, and but instead of like drowning it out with milk, I was deciding that Coors Banquets were the choice of trying to drown out that spiciness. Boy, that was the wrong decision.
Yeah, I don't think that's quite the what do they say? Like the numb. It doesn't quite numb the tongue
No,
like it should. Yeah.
nope, it doesn't. But yeah, that was my bad. So
Well, we're very honored to have you on. We've had quite a few players on our show, ranging from all different levels of the minor leagues. A few that have made their major league debuts, but you're the first player we've had on the podcast while actively on the 40-man roster, on the major league roster. So welcome. We are excited to have you on today. I know that you've actually talked to Hunter before, and back in Double A. So it's been quite a bit of time. Or I guess it hasn't really been that long, but it feels like you went to AAA and then went to the majors and pitched in the playoffs all since that last interview. So I feel like you've accomplished a ton since then.
yeah.
I know we're gonna kind of do this in like a roulette style where like we'll kind of bounce off of each other for questions and stuff like that. But I wanted to start with an off-season related question and kind of kick things off. I know that Craig Breslow has been talking a big game this offseason, talking about wanting to acquire a big bat. And so obviously the question all the Red Sox fans are wanting to know is, have you been asked yet to pick up a first baseman's mitt and, be that power hitter that they're looking for, the big bat? Because the video went viral of you smacking a home run when you were in college and, was doing some numbers on social media. Has there been any conversations about, the two-way player status?
Yeah, sadly, no.
I don't know if I should admit this or not, but I did get back into cage the other day, hitting with my brother, my dad, and it's just not there anymore. Like that, my dad, I took two swings, and my dad was like, "You look like a PO," and I'm like, "That is the most insulting thing I've ever had in my life." But no, there hasn't been. But you joke about it in the middle of the year, and I was like, well, you get in there. I'm going to swing at the first pitch, and then if you swing at the first one, might as well swing at two more. And if you make contact, it's going to go a long ways. But if you don't, then it's like, well, you're just a pitcher. I'm like, okay, that's fine. So, but no phone calls about that yet. So.
How satisfying was it when you were in college and you were, launching these mammoth home runs and then, being able to turn around and kind of dominate on the mound side of things? Was it pretty satisfying to be able to do that? I know that obviously like you weren't getting drafted being known as a hitter per se, but it looked like, you were able to make some when you made contact, it went a long ways.
Yeah, it was fun. I think there were games back at Wichita State, um, that I remember one game specifically where I gave up like 2 runs in, like the first or the second inning, and then hit a 2-run home run in the bottom of the second inning, and I was like, made up for it like that. There we go. Like we should track if you're a two-way player, you should track your ERA based on the net value. So if I give up 2 runs but then have 2 RBIs, that's a 0 ERA for the day. But that's gonna have to go through a process to get approved. But it was a whole lot of fun. But I think that we found our spot on the mound. So.
Shohei Ohtani's net ERA is like negative, 40 or something like that. Like
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I don't think that man needs any help to win MVP.
no, no.
it's like yeah, he only pitched in 10 games, but man, have you seen his net ERA? Oh, like this guy is unbelievable.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a new stat that the kids are coming up with these days.
Those newfangled kids and their devices.
So this is gonna come off dickish because I genuinely don't remember. So it's either gonna be I'm attributing something to you that you didn't do, or I'm reminding of you in the meanest way possible.
I'm gonna claim it anyways. So.
Okay, you might not want to. Was it you in spring training that dropped the home run
Oh my
on the
gosh.
monster?
So I'm thinking about this whole like year-end cap video or cap like post on Instagram, and that was gonna be the final picture on the whole thing. Was me with Alex Bregman's first home run as a Red Sox player, with the ball slightly in my grasp and then dropping it. So yeah, that was me. It was an incredibly embarrassing experience, especially since I think you were the one that got on Twitter and was like, "Yeah, that's Payton Tolle that just dropped that home run," and then I thought I was gonna get away with it. And then all my buddies, like Blake, Ida, Shea Sprague, all those guys are like, "Payton, you idiot!" Like can't drop that.
I wanted because my first question was going to kind of be jumping off that, and I couldn't remember if it was you, and I was just a minute ago frantically trying to like search it up on Twitter, and I couldn't find it for the life of me. I was like, I'm 90% sure it was him. But anyway,
Yes.
So obviously you were a high draft pick the year before, but you hadn't pitched yet. So that was kind of like a lot of Red Sox fans' introduction to you was like, that's the first time they ever saw you, was you dropping the home run on the Green Monster. Did they call it the Green Monster? Whatever they call it in Fort Myers, but
Something, yeah. The mini monster, something,
So that's where you started in the eyes of Red Sox fans for a lot of people. Obviously, they know you as like this, oh, he's this massive lefty. He's got crazy extension. He's a really good pitching prospect, drafted highly, but that's like
no
the
hands.
first time they see you. And then fast forward, 5 months, 6 months, and you're pitching in a playoff, like in the playoff, you're pitching in September in massive games. When you dropped that home run, obviously you're not thinking this far ahead, but when you dropped that, could you have in any world imagined pitching for the Boston Red Sox in September in the playoffs?
I mean, I honestly not really. Like I think that was like whenever I was in spring training, like my goal was I kind of had I felt like I had a decent idea that I was going to start in Greenville, but then after that, like you kind of look at the beginning of the year in the arms, especially the starting arms that we had. throughout the whole organization. It was like I'm totally prepared to like do what I can in Greenville, get to Portland, and be there for the year. Maybe at the end, if I'm doing good, get a start in Worcester, maybe. But like that was the goal. Like the beginning goal was Portland, and then it kind of kept going through the year, and it's like, whoa, like we're kind of going good, but like keep your head down, like just keep doing what you're doing, and then to finally look up at the end of the year and be in that situation, those spots was it was incredible, but it was like, wow, this was a crazy year. Like this was not what I was expecting, and that I think that's why I'm so thankful for everything, for the year, for the people, for the opportunity, and yeah, that did not expect to be shaking the hand of Alex Bregman. I didn't mention to him that I dropped that home run. I feel like that can't happen. If I caught it, I'm going to the big league clubhouse the next day and tossing it to him. Like, here you go, kid. Here you go. Welcome to the Sox, kid. But no, it's no, but yeah, it was a crazy year. So
And then your first start of the season was in Asheville. How pissed were you that your first start was in Asheville? Like that was it's frustrating for us on the minor league show because we constantly have to drive home like, hey, first of all, they don't have broadcast for those games.
thank
It's frustrating.
God you
But
guys didn't get to see that.
but it's also a bandbox. Like that is the tiniest ballpark. Every year, whenever Greenville goes there, someone on the team will have like 5 home runs that week, and we're like, hey,
Yeah.
it's really cool, but remember, it's a tiny ballpark.
Yeah.
So, how frustrating was it for you that like your first major league appearance, and it's like, hey, you have to play in this little league park?
I mean, yeah, I think Asheville maybe has a little bit to go, I guess. But I was just excited for it. I think I kind of hyped myself up a little bit too much for it. Thank God you guys didn't watch it because the box score was ugly enough. If you watch that game, if you watch that game, there's a whole different idea on who I am as a person. Because man, I seriously I looked back at it and I was like, I did every single thing wrong you could do as a pitcher. And that place might be a boombox, but the home run that the kid hit out that day, it was out at any park in America. So
I respect that because you could have just as easily told everybody it was a 280-foot homer, and we would have had to believe it.
no, it was a 2-0 hung slider that he crushed. So, but I got my revenge to him a couple weeks later, and so it's just that is the funniest thing to think about. Was like I think somebody put it out on Twitter, like the how many people were at that Asheville opening day versus how many people were in Yankee Stadium that night. So it's crazy perspective.
Yeah.
So.
Have you been able to kind of fully process like the feat that you accomplished in 2025? And then like in addition to that, how do you keep your head down as you're kind of rapidly ascending through the ranks, both just within the organizational ranks and then obviously getting to the big leagues. And then also like making your MLB debut against Paul Skeens is like also just another wrinkle to the whole thing. Like how do you kind of keep your head down and keep yourself in check throughout that entire process?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's very you get little helpers along the way. I think it's very like we get that debut against Paul Skeens and like having the big atmosphere of what it was just that night, but then you go a week later and then it's just like sucker punch to the nose of, hey, Arizona Diamondbacks, welcome to the show, kid. It's not this fun. Like you're not just gonna have the night of your life and have so much fun, but like you just gotta stay humble through it all and like try to it's like it's the like everybody's fighting for that spot. You're living the dream for so many different people that like you have to keep your head down and keep working as hard as you can because like the work doesn't get easier whenever you get to the big leagues. It's just as hard, if not harder, and learning every single outing. But yeah, just gotta keep plugging away because it's a grind and it's people are chomping at the bit to see you fail, and it's your job to go out there and put in the work and execute it.
So we mentioned earlier that we've had one of your friends, David Sandlin, on the show quite a few times. And earlier this year, he posted a photo on Twitter that made some rounds. It was with you and Connolly Early and himself grip checking your iced coffees. And it's quite fabulous photo, by the way. Excellent job. Excellent job. But we have to know, because obviously we've had him on and we've actually heard him explain his side of the story. And that was his second time posting a photo grip checking.
Yeah.
How did he explain this to you and get you on board with doing this? What was that conversation like, introducing yourself to the grip check?
He was like, he comes up to us. We woke up. I forgot if it was a travel day or what it was. It was just a day before game, and we go to Dunkin' together, and he's like, "Dude, we got a grip check." And me and Connolly are kind of looking at you like, "What is he talking? Like, what is he talking?" Because at that time, I was kind of I was trying to stay off Twitter as much as I can. Connolly wasn't really on it at all. And we were like, what is he talking about? And he goes, the people are going to go crazy. It was like, okay, all right, we'll do it then. But I'm not spilling my $7 Dunkin' coffee on the ground for this Twitter picture. Like I'll drink a little bit of it so that it doesn't spill, but I understand that, like, part of it is seeing the splash you get from the grip check, and I'll get there. But in my first one, it had to be a rookie about it, and a little tiny squeeze, and if it was falling off, gotta sip it. But he was all in on it, so that was all his idea.
Yeah, it definitely was quite the surprise to see. It was like, oh yeah, I got one coming. He sent me a sneak peek of it. He's like, I'm putting this out later today. He's like, we're like, okay, but he said that he couldn't get Hayden Mullins in on it. He said he's the
No,
one,
I think
like the
Hayden.
one
I think
guy.
he might be actually in back behind the picture being taken. He's because I'm not. I'm not doing that with my Dunkin' coffee. I just paid $8 for this. So
See
He's
that
got a little bit of a point, to be fair.
he's got a
it is
great
fair.
point. Great bite. Yeah, just like I said, I wasn't gonna waste the coffee for it.
Now that you've lived kind of in in Maine and in Massachusetts now here and in Greenville as well. Um, what was your exposure to Dunkin' Donuts like before kind of being in the Northeast? Did you had you had Dunkin' before? Is that something you were familiar with?
I think I had it a little bit in. We had one close to our high school, so I think I might have had it once, maybe twice. But I just thought of it as a Dunkin' or a donuts, like a donut shop, and which people might hate me for this, but I'll kind of stand on it. Dunkin' Donuts are kind of mid. The coffee, I did get in an argument the other day.
All
I
right, thanks
do
for coming
think.
on the show. We appreciate it. All right, we're just gonna move right on there. Dunkin' Donuts is
Listen, I'll give the coffee better than Starbucks. I do like Dunkin' coffee quite a bit, which I guess is a hot take. Somebody was saying that Starbucks coffee was better, but I like the Dunkin' cold brew. I think is better. But yeah, really not a lot of Dunkin' until I got to Portland, and then there was one that's right outside of the stadium, like pretty on the drive in,
Mhm.
and I hit it every day. Worcester just as bad. And then in Fenway, like you go from the hotel and you're walking to Fenway, and you're walking past
There's like
five
8.
Dunkins within
Yeah.
half a mile. It's just so it's hard not to, but and like sometimes I feel like I need to get out there and maybe try different breakfast shops. It's like Dunkin', you know what you're getting from Dunkin'. Like it's gonna be a decent sausage, egg, and cheese on an English muffin breakfast sandwich and a pretty good coffee. Like, that's what you're going to get.
I think that that's the best way to describe it. It's you said like it's so like it's kind of mid, but like it's always mid. You
It's
know what I
always
mean?
going to be
Like
what it is.
yeah, this is
Yes.
kind of a little bit of hateful language towards Hunter, but Hunter's like a big refresher guy. So he
Bring back the kiwi watermelon refresher.
yeah.
Bring it back. I was so angry when they got rid of that. I was in Florida. It was like around spring training time, and I went on like a 10-minute rant because they got rid of it. And I was so disappointed. They replaced it with mango pineapple, which is the second best flavor. The other ones aren't as good, but they got rid of the kiwi watermelon, and to this day, it hurts my soul as I drink a watermelon.
Yeah, you're lucky he actually went on that rant because it made him only talk about you dropping the home run ball for 5 minutes instead of 15.
The funny thing is, there's a chance that was that episode.
It definitely was. That was definitely when it happened.
It's funny. That was
awesome. But so I talked to you in AA, and
Reading,
you had
Pennsylvania.
yes, you had just made your top 100 debut, I guess we'll call it. They had just put you on the list like 3 days before you guys got to Reading. And one of the first things that stood out to me is I believe you had pitched the day before, and when you came to talk to me, you were drenched in sweat. Like, you were very clearly working out very hard, whatever you were doing. I don't know if you were running, pitching, lifting, whatever it was, but you were clearly going after it. But we talked a little bit about that top 100 spot, and you mentioned how like it's a cool honor and everything, but you wanted to keep your head down and just keep working at everything. And you pointed out that there were multiple things you wanted to improve on. And I mean, very clearly you improved on those things. You ended up making it to the majors. But what do you think you had improved on the most from that midseason point? And what is like the main focus for you right now? Like the thing you wanted to improve on that you feel like you haven't improved on as much as you would have liked?
Yeah. My dad is standing ominous in the corner right now. Would you like to come say hi?
Does he have something you can try for the podcast?
Well, it's weird that you tucked in your shirt to your pants. Right.
Looks better now.
This is Papa Tolle.
Very exclusive interview right there.
Oh, run away.
Well, now it's a 1-of-1, you know, so that's good. That's a good question. All right, that is actually.
We should have kicked him off because he kicked you off the phone plan. We said no, you can't be on the show.
Exactly. But that is, I think that's honestly probably one of the better questions that I've had in a while. So I like that. That's good. But since then, I think probably the main thing that kind of jumps out is velo. I think I probably topped out at like 98-ish area, 97 area in AA, and obviously getting up to 100 plus was a big goal of mine. Trying to think of anything else. I think we developed a cutter around that time period too, which ended up being a good weapon for us. Trying to think, but yeah, it's just kind of. There were some things that I decreased into, like I was, moving up the ranks. I think I, got the velo going up, which also made me kind of start throwing more balls. Started losing first pitch strike percentage, maybe a couple of that early in head percentage. But that's kind of the things that I want to work on now is like whenever I get back into spring training of really pounding the zone early, and then using the time now to work on off-speed stuff to be able to have that 2K kill, as we call it, in the, in out of the zone if it's chase or just the swing and miss stuff. So trying to develop curveballs, change-ups, still with that cutter, maybe a little slider, sweeper action, something like that. But that's kind of what I've been working on now. So trying to get back a little bit, maybe what have we lost in that period, if that makes sense. So.
And you just said that I asked you a good question, so now I'm going to ask you a really bad one. When you made your debut, I had tweeted out that I had a fun fact about you that no one else would have, and it was that your brother was a huge fan of the show Psych, and much bigger reaction than I thought it would get on Twitter. People were very happy about that. So now I have to know, because I didn't ask you at the time, your thoughts on the show Psych.
I need to get. He's showering right now, or else I'd get him in here and talk about it. To me, it's kind of like a meme in our house, I guess. It's like we're like, oh, Charlie, what are you watching? Oh, Psych for the 100th time this time. It's like continuously watch. He turned it on yesterday or a couple days. He was sick, and I walk in. He's watching Psych. He's like, yeah, this is my 13th time through. I'm like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. I definitely don't do the same thing.
But I've watched a couple of episodes with him. It's fun. Maybe I need to like dive into it more to get it. But yeah, it's like sometimes whenever I don't know what to get him, like Christmas comes around, it's like, what do I get him? And I'm like, I guess I just get him a shirt with a pineapple on it, and all the Psych fans go crazy. So
then, what's your Psych show? Like, what's the show that you've watched 1,000 times?
I'm really not like huge show watcher, especially like that. Like if I watch, like I ran through like Parks and Rec, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, those kind of shows pretty quick, and then I watch them once, and I'm like, okay, like that's all I need really. But like movies like Tombstone or Goodfellas, like
classic.
I could watch those movies 6 times back to back to back to back to back. But no, I really don't have anything like he has Psych. So
well, I'm just happy you gave Tombstone a shout out. That makes I'm happy now.
People don't remember it, and that's what I'm here for. I'm here to quote Wyatt Earp and Doc Holliday as many times as possible.
When I was really young, my one friend, that's technically an R-rated movie. It's not like one of those crazy R-rated movies, but it was an R-rated movie. And it was like the R-rated movie his dad would let us watch when we were like 10. So we thought it was the coolest. So every sleepover, we would just watch it twice in a row before going to bed.
Oh yeah, it's I mean, it's got some of the coolest scenes that you could, like
Doc Holliday with the "I got 2 guns, one for the Ichio." When he says he's too drunk, he's probably that's such a line, such a line.
It looked like somebody just walked over your grave. So good, so good.
I know it's not my question. I'm gonna but you said you watched Parks and Rec as one of those shows that you called out. I know that a lot of people have brought up that you have kind of a Ron Swanson vibe to you. Is that any inspiration for the mustache? Because I know the people are dying to know.
I think it was a little bit. It'll take like 5% credit, I think, but the biggest inspiration is Magnum
Ron
PI Tom Selleck. Like, I wore a floral shirt a couple of times, and I would send a picture to my girlfriend and be like, I'm wearing a Tom Selleck fit today. I'm Magnum PI right now. Like this is, but there's a little bit of Ron Swanson in there for sure.
So I saw the other day, it was circling on Twitter that you were at the Bruins game with Liam Hendricks. And I feel like sometimes we kind of, as fans, will lose track of certain players if they're not playing. So like you guys didn't have any overlap playing at the same time. I'm curious how that relationship kind of started and built.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of funny at the Bruins game. It was literally like I went to the game. I was hoping that Sogar was going to go with me. He ended up doing something else. I called Shea Sprague, who lives in Boston. I was like, "Hey, I'm going to the Bruins game. Are you doing anything? Like, it's in 30 minutes. Come out here." And he's like, he just had a jaw surgery, so he couldn't go. So I went by myself, which maybe is a little sad, but whenever I sat down, the first period went by, and Liam texted me, and he's like, "Hey, like I heard you're here. Like, you wanna come down here and sit with me?" And I sat down next to him. He's like kind of an all world guy. Like he's really nice guy. His wife was incredible to me too. And he's that kind of guy. In the locker room, he's he was fun to talk to whenever he was around, and of course with the accent and everything, he makes it known. And but it was a great experience. I was very thankful for them.
Can you do an Australian impersonation?
I'm not gonna incriminate. I'm not gonna. No, no
trying to get him in
chance.
trouble, man.
No, I'm not even gonna try. I'd get flagged for it. I mean that would make way too many clips on Twitter for you guys to even.
I had to try. I mean,
Yeah. You asked if there was anything off limits. Accents are off limits. I'd hit you with a nar or something, and that's it. I'm not.
he's done.
Arnar.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll cook.
Matt's the social media guy, so he's always trying to get the clips. I get it. I get it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna call Adam Bates. Adam Bates probably has a bad story about me or something in the locker room down in Fort Myers, and I'm Batesy. Yeah.
follow-up question to the actually hold on, so you had mentioned that he just was randomly at the game, not with you. Did you get to play with Liam? Like, maybe was he rehabbing in Worcester when you were down there, or like did you guys cross paths at any point?
He was in Boston rehabbing a little bit so like kind of every home game he would be there. Hanging out and be able to talk to with him there. So, but never cross paths playing wise, I guess. So
That's fair. I guess you were only in Worcester for like a week, so that does check out. No, I was going to ask a follow-up to what Jordan had asked, because actually that was one of the things I had written down. I saw you did the Boston sports tour circuit recently. You did the Patriots game, you went to a Celtics game, and then you also went to a Bruins game. Can you rank those experiences as far as like which one you enjoyed the most and which one you enjoyed the least?
the Bruins is far and beyond number one. Like that, I went to my first NHL game um, this year actually down over in Vegas. Me and my dad went out there. We were able to get hooked up with tickets, and we went out there. And I was like, "This is kind of one of the funner sporting events to watch live." And then whenever we were out there, I was like, "Hey, like, any chance that the Bruins play tonight? Like, we're here. Like, any chance you could help us out?" And went to it. I think it's up, other than baseball, it might be my favorite sporting event I've ever been to. Like, it was the spectacle of it all. Like, it wasn't even I would say it was like a Friday night or Saturday night made event thing. It was like a Thursday, but still it was electric. And I was I'm kind of in on hockey. I'm high on hockey right now. So and I couldn't tell you what's going on, but that was a lot of fun. Being Celtics courtside was that's pretty cool. Like, there's especially in the Garden is pretty. Um, only a certain amount of people get that opportunity. So being able to do that was pretty cool. I'm not going to claim the Celtics because my Thunder are, the Thunder. And have I watched more than a quarter of Thunder basketball this year? No, but I'm going to claim them still. And I'm not a huge basketball guy, but they're 30 minutes away. I got to take them. But I'm also like, that Patriots game was really awesome. So it was my first NFL game, and it's a lot of firsts. But I'm kind of like in on this whole Drake May kind of thing. That's kind of fun. I don't know what it means, but it's fun. And I kind of followed the Bills for a long time, but I'm like, who? I don't know. That Patriots team's kind of fun. Mike Vrabel's kind of a fun coach. So, I'm sure a Bills Mafia member wants me shot now, but it's, and I try not to be too much. I'm not like a huge team football guy. Like, I think NFL is sick. So,
Yeah, I'm not a big hockey guy either. I claim the Ducks because when we were younger, we used to play NHL 94 on the Sega, and I always picked the Ducks because they were the worst team in the game.
The Mighty Ducks.
Yes. Well, that was the other reason, because I was, 7 years old and, the Mighty Ducks. But my uncle took me to a Flyers game on the glass one time, and I was like, this is the coolest experience of my life. Like, I have
Life-changing.
no idea what's going on, but this is the coolest thing in the world.
Yes.
Low key, I went
ahead.
to a Bruins game last year and sat like right behind the bench. And you would in my head, I'm thinking like, this is gonna be sick. Like I'm gonna be sitting right behind the bench. Like we're gonna be able to see. Like I was like literally 2 rows back from the bench, like right there. Like we're gonna be able to see all the players and everything. Guys, don't ever sit right behind the bench. You cannot see
You just
the
see
game.
the back of the players the whole
You
time.
can see nothing. Like the reflective glass is like so bad right there, and everybody's in the way. And yeah, it's literally it was very, very poor experience for me. Even
You
being
need to go
that
back. You need to go back.
You get a great view of the backup goaltender.
yeah, literally.
But I'm going to go back to it again. When I talked to you in Double A, it was right when Jordan was finishing up the intro videos, and the one that you just saw was the MLB intro video. In the MILB intro video, it ends with you doing your celebration in Greenville,
Yeah.
and I had mentioned it to you. And I was literally saying how I hope that Jordan puts it in the video, and he ended it with it, which is what I was hoping for. But that was something we talked about, was that you were very animated in the dugout, in the just like with celebrations. What was that transition like, getting to the majors? Because obviously, like, Crochet and Richard Fitz were like the 2 ringleaders. You could throw in Duran if you want to when it comes to, doing I'm not going to do the gestures, but we all know what they were doing. Was it like this? Because I could see it going both ways in your head. Of one, I don't want to come up here and start celebrating and like doing my celebrations and have them thinking like, what's this rookie doing? But then there's also in your head, it could be like, I don't want to not do my celebrations and have them think like, oh, he's too good for our celebrations now or something. So was there like a weird transition for you, or was it just kind of like, we're all idiots, let's just keep celebrating?
There's definitely I'll call it like a warming period, maybe, of like, okay, like what do we do? Trying to like gauge everybody. Fitz was fun though. Like that. I'm very thankful for him, and like he answered a lot of dumb questions that I had, but like you're kind of like going through and you're like, okay, what can I do? And then you also get super thrown off because you got the whole like the whatever camera thing situation we got going on, and then you got the turbulence thing,
Yeah.
and everybody did something different, so then it became our job to, okay, who's gonna do what celebration, and it just got really confusing. And I was like, I don't know, I'm just gonna like do a little dance move or something. But it's fun being on a group like that has as much fun as we were having. So they were. You can kind of be an idiot, and if you do something stupid, you'll get told, "Hey, you're doing something stupid," and then you just move on. So,
and then you mentioned how Richard Fitz answered a lot of questions for you. We've seen Richard Fitz get traded. Brandon Clark got traded. Like a lot of guys that you played with at some point in the season have been moved on from. Have you had discussions with any of these guys? Is that something in the back of your head with, all the trade rumors going on now? Is that something that kind of plays into the offseason mentality for you? Or are you one of those, like, maybe even just like mute my name on social media? Like, I don't even want to see Payton Tolle on social media, and I'm just going to do what I have to do, because at the end of the day, there's nothing I can do about it.
yeah, there's nothing I can do about it. And like I try to stay off as much as I can, but I'm also like trying to look at Red Sox news whenever I can, and like I joke with, I was a day late on like Garrett Whitlock making Team USA. Like I was like, I gotta be plugged in a little bit so I don't miss these cool things. But yeah, I try to stay away from it, and it's difficult sometimes because it's like
especially like you have things like the winter meetings come up, but it's like I can't do anything about that. And if something happens, I'm like, well, that's nice. Somebody else wants me. Like that's nice. So, try to stay pretty grounded with it, and whatever happens, happens. And then, I texted Clark. I was like, what a great opportunity to spread the kingdom of God. So it's just more opportunities on opportunities for us. So.
On the flip side, have you gotten a chance to talk to any of the new guys yet? Have you gotten to talk to Sonny Gray?
I haven't yet. But I've heard incredible things about him. I've had a few people text me, and agent and a couple other guys text me and be like, "Sonny Gray is an amazing guy. Like you are going to be really like that's going to be somebody you learn from." So
Obviously, Sonny Gray made headlines with his Yankee hate, and there was a lot of discourse over the last week about Red Sox players hating the Yankees. I'm going to give you an opportunity to give your official statement on the New York Yankees.
I mean, I think it's incredible to have this kind of fiery relationship with another team. Like I think that's kind of special. That's what A makes baseball special, and B makes playing for the Red Sox special. And it's kind of hard. You kind of look back in history, and of course, I can't say much. Like I'm sure that you can take something I say, put it in an article, and somebody be like, "Oh, he's just a rookie. Like he's just kind of an idiot." But for me, I look back and it's like there's a lot of history between these two teams, and deep hatred history between the two teams, and I obviously didn't like losing to the playoffs in them against them. So that for my first playoff experience, I'm not gonna say that I necessarily like the team. So, but I think that's also baseball. Like I'm not a. I hit my time limit for Instagram. Am I okay?
Yeah, you're still here.
But I'm not. I don't necessarily like any team. More, but I guess that's just kind of the competitive side of me. But it's also kind of fun to have a team you kind of don't like and everybody kind of doesn't like, and it's that's the rivalry. That's part of baseball. That's history, I guess.
It did not stop Hunter Dobbins from hating on the Yankees, him being a rookie. So do not hold back. Do not hold back.
Yeah, it's I feel the way I feel about it, and if we weren't on a podcast, I'd give you other words, but but I'll have to give you the PR answer there.
Fair
I was
enough.
gonna say being a rookie didn't stop Cam Schlittler from slandering Boston
Hey,
either. So I mean,
I
it
will
goes both ways.
I will yeah.
All right, I'm hitting on all the topics we can't talk about. All right, cool. I got you.
We just played a little game called Plead the Fifth.
Yeah.
I will say I'm playing the rookie card.
Well, if you're looking for someone next time to go to a Bruins game with you, though, he does live right down the road. So I mean, you could probably hit him up last minute, and he probably would go. I'm just saying.
I'd
That
much
would-
rather go with Connolly. So
That would be very funny headlines, though.
It would be
Those
actually
headlines would be.
I don't
both
think
fan
that I
bases
want
would go
my name
nuts.
in that headline.
So let's go back to your major league debut. Obviously nerves were probably through the roof. A lot of excitement. Was it kind of surreal to see that green jersey, get to wear the green jersey in your debut? You got the Topps debut patch on the side. This has actually caused controversy online because people have found the photos of you in your first inning and the patch is not there anymore. So they're like, what happened between when he was warming up with the patch on and when he came off in the first inning? Where did the patch go? Can you shed some light on this controversial subject?
Yes, I would love to. And it was on. It was on, especially during my warm-ups and stuff. Hand on the Bible, it was on. I'm a heavy sweater. So it I think I sweat kind of along with it. They put it on my arm side, because I think the other, like the ad is on the right arm, but you put it on the left arm, like, I don't, arm's moving a lot, and so it was on. It was on during a game. I threw a pitch in game with it. It probably popped off, but I'm pretty sure that they have it. So it was not at the top of my worries list during the game. But yeah.
People were they were saying online, they're like, oh, this is how Tops gets you. They're not really game worn anymore. They're like trying to create this whole conspiracy. But you heard it here, folks.
It was
The
worn.
patch was worn.
It was worn.
I was
So,
at the game and I'm looking at the film. I can confirm the patch was on, at least in the first inning.
it was on there at some point, and even at some point, I know that Tommy comes up to me, slaps one on, and I run out there and I'm on the mound with it on. So yes, I continue to. I think this is now like the third or fourth time I've had to clear the air on this.
Are you going to hunt the card, your debut card, when it comes out?
I think I want to. It's definitely like, I'm not a huge card guy, but it is kind of the card to get. I'm not gonna like. I do have a budget, so I'm not gonna go too crazy on it. But if I find it and I'm able to get it for a reasonable price, or try to connect with the owner of it, then I'll try to do that. But um, yeah, it would be really neat. I think it'd be a very kind of special thing to have.
I was helping David Sandlin try to chase down some of his rookie autos for his first Bowman cards. So
Yeah.
we got him in a bunch of different card breaking groups, and the first like couple days it came out, he was like blowing through, just like going and trying to chase himself. And
Yeah.
he eventually, like after the third day, I was like, "All right, man, are you still looking for more cards?" He's like, "I got to slow down." He's like, "My fiance is not gonna like this."
Yeah. Yeah. We got a couple of the first Bowmans, but I knew somebody that got the one of one, like somebody that I kind of knew that was close, which is cool. So, yeah.
On the kind of going hand in hand with your big league debut, but I checked before to see just how many guys you've struck out individually and as a big leaguer. Do you have a favorite like individual? I mean, I think the first one's typically people's favorite, at least early on in their career. But like, do you have somebody where you're like, I struck that dude out? Like that's pretty freaking sick.
Yeah, I wish that I could. I wish that I could say it about McCutcheon. I think that there was probably a little bit of that went into my at bats with him. Like, he got the double on me the first at bat, which I get to say Andrew McCutcheon was my first MLB hit, which I'm kind of okay with. And then the second at bat, like, I get him to two strikes and then like try really hard to strike him out. It's like, that's not what you're supposed to do. But I think I've kind of pulled the George Springer card a couple times just because, like, well, he went to the World Series. He's a pretty good hitter. But like the Kurtz, getting Kurtz back, and almost like the same exact, like the sequence that I gave him was that I struck him out on was almost the same sequence that he hit the home run off me in Sacramento with. It was just, one was a not executed two-strike pitch and one was, and that was the first time that I got to see 100 on the board. I think it was like 99.7, but it was still 100 on the board, so nobody else knew that. But I think that's kind of the one that sticks out the most, I think.
One of my showmates is not here, so I'm going to ask the question for Derek. Any of your teammates from this year, doesn't matter what level, if you could steal a pitch from one of them, what pitch are you stealing?
Oh, jeez. Whitlock's changeup is gross, and the way that he throws it, he showed me one day, and he's like, just flick around with it, like see if you like it or not. I threw it for one day, and came back to him, was like, how does anybody throw a baseball like this? And so that's probably one. Early's changeup. And I like the curveball too. It's pretty good. Brandon Clark throwing his slider at whatever ridiculous speed he throws it at was pretty good. I'm like, I need to go back now. I'm blanking on pitches now. Because like I know We Hunt had a couple of, like, I think maybe a couple of splitters that were gross. Um, Max Carl, Max Carlson had a sweeper that was good. Darvin Garcia's changeup was one of the one of the grossest changeup I've ever seen. It was like a -5 and 20 changeup, and like for people that are nerds like that, get that. Like it was like 91 too. It was a ridiculous changeup. But there's a lot of guys, but that Whitlock changeup is pretty filthy.
And then I'm going to kick myself if I don't ask about this because everyone who has played with him has just raved about him. So it's kind of become like this running gag for us whenever we talk to someone to ask about him. I need to know your thoughts on Albert Feliz.
Oh, big happy. Oh man, there is nobody that shows up. It does not matter what he did the night before. He shows up with the same huge smile on his face every single day. And like I was thinking in my head, I didn't know who you were gonna say. So I'm like, I'm gonna make a joke and be like, oh, he's a terrible person. But no,
You couldn't do it.
he is the man. And I love that guy. My brother is here. Here. Ask your psych question.
Well, hold on. I was walking by and I heard like the grossest pitches ever, and you didn't mention anything about Charlie Tolle.
Okay.
What is
Somebody's
Charlie
a
Tolle's
psych
best
fan?
pitch?
There's a fellow psycho.
Yes.
Yes. Oh my goodness. That is one of the greatest things I've ever seen.
You were I was telling Peyton you were my fun fact when he made his debut. I tweeted out that I said his brother is a big Psych fan because he told me that when I interviewed him in AA, and it got a lot more traction than I thought it would on Twitter. People were very happy to find that out.
I'm just waiting for Psych 4 is the real thing.
It's
I
coming.
know it'll probably
It'll
never
happen.
happen, but
It'll happen.
oh, hopefully.
See, I do talk about you.
Probably will get it before GTA 6 at this point. So.
Yeah, that's just gonna keep moving back. So
Okay.
Well, that was the one thing is I was like, you
Hey,
didn't talk about any of my pitches.
you're crashing the podcast.
Okay, never mind. Sorry. Thank you guys. Hey, Psych's the best.
Sorry about that.
that was fantastic. I loved that. But yeah, that was just it became this running gag because I think we first asked about him one time to Liam Carroll last year when he was the Salem manager because Albert Feliz was always the guy who came in to pitch in extra innings.
Yeah.
And then it became this running gag of asking, the pitchers that came on, like, what's it like to see Albert Feliz go on the mound and throw 92 and just never a bad word. So I was like, I feel like I have to ask.
I get
They
they made him knock it down this year, I guess. Whenever I was there, they were like, "Get ready, he's about to blow it up," and he was kind of lollipopping in there. There were a couple. I was like, and we were yelling to him from the dugout, like, "Hey, let's get into one." He'd pop one up to 90, 91. He'd be like, "There it is, there it is."
And then kind of off that, is there a player that you played with this year in the minors still that you feel like fans should know more about? Like, was there a guy who just really impressed you on one of your teams?
I think We Hunt's a guy that I think goes under the radar quite a bit. Kind of dealt with some injury stuff this year, but kind of like me, a high extension guy, like has the stuff to really make an impact. But I think you take away kind of the stuff that was nagging him throughout the year. He's a guy that's going to make huge strides next year. Same thing with Hayden Mullins, two guys that I'm super excited about. And did also just super thankful for because they were guys that I got to ask a lot of questions to as well. Miguel Blaze, I think is going to be fun. I think he's going to be a fun watch for people to kind of keep an eye out on.
How nice was it having like Blaze Taylor, Nelly Taylor, and like Ferry Rodriguez in the outfield for you in games? I don't know how often you got that, but
there were a few balls that Nelly caught that I was like, this is going to be crazy, and I might, but like there were balls that Nelly would catch, and there's balls that Rafael would catch, and it's like, Rafael is pretty nuts when it comes to the outfield, but there was balls out there in center that Nelly would catch, and I'm like, that's a pretty good defender out there. But yeah, Nelly's another guy too. Like he'll put it together and it'll be exciting. I think there's a lot of guys that throughout it that are very Marvin Alcantara, very excited about him. I think he's gonna keep getting. I mean, he's young. Like I don't think he's not even 20 yet. He's gonna get more pop, and he's just gonna continue to be a good infielder. That might be one of my bigger picks. So
it's a good shout. It's a really good shout.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever get a Blake Wehunt chicken farmer shirt? Because I know that was a thing from last year that they wanted to do.
I did. I got one. I got his. Cut the sleeves off of it. Got a few pictures in it, and I gave one of the shirts that I got for me to him. So we're all even there.
Love that.
Do you have your I Throw Fuego shirt as well?
I'm gonna keep the camera pointed upwards because my room is a mess, but I have it in here somewhere, I think. Yeah, right here. It's hung up in case I want to wear it one day. No, I'm strapped with it. Don't worry, it's there. It's my prized possession. So
now, they didn't give it to you after you hit 99.7, right? So it had to be the true 100.
It had to be a true 100. And whenever I think I did it in Toronto for the first time. I think. Yeah, it was Toronto. And I came off the mound. I was like, I got it there. Like, I'm bringing my shirt. I got it there. So, yeah, it was a fun thing to kind of. Justin Willard would make fun of me for it. And I'd have to make sure he knew that I got it. So,
do you think there's still more velocity that you could add, or are you pretty content with like living right there where you're at for velocity and just trying to work on filling everything else out?
I think there's definitely things that I think like there's some efficiencies that I think I can work out, and I think I always want to try and push the needle just a little bit more. But I think for sure, kind of right now is like, so we have the velocity. Let's get. I'm going to put you in. I'm not going to say that. I was going to say put you in between the legs, but that's not going to be. That's going to be taken wrong. Oh, wow! Sorry about that, but
there's the clip.
Don't quote that. Don't quote that. That was terrible. I don't know why I said that. I'm so sorry.
The females on Red Sox Twitter are going to love this podcast.
I'm sorry. We're going to not put that on Twitter. But you have the putting. Yeah, I have to prop up the phone somehow. Like the velo's there, like and now we have the location that's sometimes there. We just need to meet it. So I needed the two hands for the. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. That was bad. I'm embarrassed.
If people are listening 58 minutes into this interview, they deserve that. So it's fine.
Yeah.
One of the fellow podcast hosts we have, Isaiah, wanted me to ask, just first off, give you kudos for just how impressive it is that you added that much velocity over a single year. Like, very, very impressive. And I know obviously the Red Sox pitching program is great with their partnerships with Driveline and all these different programs that they have. They've got a great pipeline in place right now. But can you give a little bit of insight into how you were able to really improve your velocity that much through your first full season in pro ball?
I think there's a lot of things that we attribute it to. I think one of them's like one of the big ones is that I'd say is like dropping hitting for me. I think pushes a lot. I got to put all my eggs in one basket and didn't have to worry about hitting BP, saving my energy for that. So I got to kind of put all my eggs in one basket. And then there were a lot of things that that the SNC staff found out for me. With how my body works, what is going to be the best lift for my body. Um, and it just, I keep saying the word efficiency, like how do I make my body more efficient to throw harder? And so that was kind of the best, those were kind of the two biggest things I would say. And then like, you also like, I do think there's something to training to throw hard by throwing hard, like your body's got to figure it out. But yeah, I think that the SSC staff has been incredible with that stuff. So
So one question I wanted to ask is I saw that you and some teammates did an event at the Jimmy Fund recently, and that's kind of like it's the number one charity for the Red Sox. They're kind of go hand in hand. I'm a former Jimmy Fund patient myself. What was that experience like for you? And just is that also your first time, going over there?
yeah, first time going over there, and it was incredible. As somebody who's been affected by cancer as well, I thought it was going to be kind of hard. I was nervous about it, but getting over there and seeing those smiles was incredible. Like you walk in and immediately you're met with 4 or 5 kids that we just made their week. And it probably wasn't us. It's probably Wally and Tessie more, but being able to uh, talk to those guys and just how much they like, you get a whole new perspective on stuff with that. Um, and I was super thankful for it. It's kind of something that I want to continue to work with for the rest of my career.
It definitely isn't just Wally and Tessie. As somebody who has had players visit me in the hospital. It's definitely you guys for sure.
Yeah, it was very exciting. So we were just me and Connolly were walking out and just thinking like, wow, that was powerful. So
Well, we've taken up an hour of your time. We appreciate how generous you are with that time. I know you've been doing a lot of different whether it be the charity work or the games that you've been attending recently and the other podcasts that we've seen you kind of doing your media circuit a little bit there. So we're very appreciative of your generosity. And we're excited to have you in Boston. I don't have any I guess I don't have any other questions other than if I think I can't remember who said it, so I don't want to attribute it to the wrong person. It could have been you. It could have been Connolly. I don't remember, but the term mound moose has been thrown around recently.
yeah,
And with Oviedo being traded for another large individual, do you think the signs of the next round of T-shirts that need to kind of come out are
yeah.
the mound moose?
I like this. I like this idea. It's yeah. There's some hosses on the mound there at Fenway, so I like that mound moose.
I think you got to get in the
Anything
lab.
else? Sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying, I think we got to get in the lab on that. on the mound moose.
Yes.
I just wanted to ask. Well, I should add, Jordan, is there anything else you wanted to ask? No? Okay. I just wanted to ask, like, if there was anything you wanted to plug, anything you wanted to let fans know, just anything you wanted to say at the end here.
Yeah, I mean, I think I said it the other night. Like, very, very thankful for this 2025. But I speak for myself, but I think I speak for a lot of guys. Of like, we're still hungry and putting in a lot of work this off season, and we're super excited for what this next year has to come. So. Uh, I'm very, very thankful for everybody. Thankful for you guys. Thankful for, all the crazy Boston fans that, let us know, when we suck and when we're doing good. So, but very thankful for you guys. And yeah, you guys get to put up with my, hopefully you guys get to put up with my stupid jokes and, me feeling bad for something that I might say in an interview on accident. So, but thankful for you guys, and go Sox is all I got.
Well, thank you very much again for the time. We appreciate it. On behalf of the minor league show and Hunter and those guys, Derek and Jake as well, who couldn't make it on today. On behalf of Jordan, myself, and Beyond the Monster, this has been the Pesky Report. We're going to end it with the outro with the minor league clip, so you can see the minor league show's video that we have going. And guys, until next time, we will talk to you later. Go Sox.